Okay, how do you start riding a motorcycle? And this video that I'm doing right here today is going to be a little different from, like, you know, you got the bike, you know what I'm saying? You want to know how to start in terms of controls and how to get going, how to start, you know, basic stuff like that. This is more so how, like, you don't even have a bike yet, you know what I'm saying? But you want to start your motorcycle journey. This is what this video is all about. We have double yellows. I think I'm supposed to yield. I'm good to go. But then, yeah, this video, guys, is all about, you haven't even gotten a bike yet. You're on the journey. You want to start the journey of riding a motorcycle. So here I am today. Let's get into it. Ooh, look at that view. Okay, guys, the first thing I would do, look at that kid doing a little wheelie up there. I'm being too soon, man. I'm be doing that stuff too, man. The first thing I would advise you guys to do is take a rider's course, or start your journey of learning how to ride a motorcycle, right? Back in the day, I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos and stuff like that. In my personal experience, I never took a course, you know what I'm saying? I watched man, it could have been like 1,000 videos I watched in the course of me eventually getting a motorcycle to where I was familiar with the controls, number one, and number two, I'm a car guy. I was a car guy already, and I drove stick and stuff like that. So I'm very mechanical, and I can pick up on stuff like that, mechanical things and stuff like that. I can pick on that really quickly. So I didn't think I needed to take an MSF course at the time. You know, I thought I was pretty, you know, competent enough with what I had, and yeah, I was, you know what I'm saying? I picked it up without ease. But for you guys who may not be like that, definitely consider, everybody's going to recommend you try to take a EMS course to eventually get started. You know, even if you don't have a motorcycle, all you need is transportation to get to an MSF course, so you can get the feel for a bike. If you've never touched a bike, you'll get to touch the bike. You'll get to learn basically all the fundamental safety items by approved instructors. You'll get to, you know, like I said, you'll touch it, you'll get to ride it, you'll get to do maneuvers, you'll get to do everything, you know what I'm saying? Because those courses are designed for riders to put safe riders on the road, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to motorcycles. So that is a great option to start with. And that is what you want to start with. Learning how to ride by taking the MSF course, or what you can do is, if you got a buddy, he doesn't have to be a improved instructor or not. I mean, that's up to you. You can have him on his bike teach you the same things, you know what I'm saying? If you want to pay the money, or you want to pay significantly less money, maybe you got a buddy, a friend, a mom, dad, somebody that knows, that's been riding for a little bit, that knows what they're doing, that knows what they're talking about. You can get their input, you can practice on theirs, or at least, you know, maybe not on the road because you don't have the documentation yet, but you can let them teach you how to do it on your own before you even go, right? And talking certification, yeah, you want to get certified. Now, in the state of Georgia, I'm pretty sure it works in a lot of states in the US, is you can go and get your permit, you know, just by simply taking a test, okay? So that is the second part to this first point, you know, getting certified and stuff like that. You know, in order to unlock the potential of you eventually being able to just go and get a motorcycle and start training and start practicing, you need to have that, at least that permit available to you, so you can start doing that. Like, the permit is necessary. In order to get out in public, you need to have a permit. Yeah, at least you need to have a permit in order to do so. So recommend you guys get that permit so you can do all this stuff, essentially, okay? And it is worth noting, to my knowledge, to my most recent knowledge, with the MSF course, they will, if you complete and you pass the MSF course, because they have one of those available, they test you at the end like the DMV would. That's why that stuff costs, that's why them courses cost so much, because it has a test at the end, a knowledge test and a road test. They teach you everything, and then they test you at the end. And so if you pass the test, you should automatically get your license. And that's how the MSF structure works. You go through the course, like they teach you everything, and they test you on everything that they've taught. And if you pass, you get your license. So that's the kind of, you can try to see it's a lot more expensive, but that's a shortcut to go and get your license versus, you know, going like a permit route, going through DMV throughout that herb, like getting a permit and going and take the road test there, you know what I'm saying? But you know, that's up to you. You know, I felt like I was mechanically competent enough to learn it on the thing, so I just got my permit and I went and I went and got a bike and I taught myself. So it worked out pretty fine for me. I'm still good, you know, and I'm blessed. But you know, not everybody's different, okay? So that is the first point, all right? Learn how to ride, get familiar with the bike, and get certified on it, okay? Number 2 is, okay, you know, you're very comfortable, or you're at least like at a minimum level of comfortability. You're ready to start getting on the road. You're starting to get out on public. The next thing, in my opinion, would probably be the bike. You know, you go into a bike dealership and choosing a bike, the right bike for you. You know what I'm saying? You know, we have so many, everybody's different, and we have a huge variety of bikes. I hear sirens. We have a huge variety of bikes as well to suit all the types of riders, as well as all the needs or all the different types of riding that you want to do, okay? Obviously, we got adventure bikes, we got cruisers, we got sport bikes, so many different types of bikes that are tailored for different comfort levels, different performance needs, different riding needs, and you know, desires and stuff like that. So I think there is a bike for everybody. You just have to find that bike for you. You know, you may think you want a sport bike or whatever, and then you go to the dealership. Look at, I just seen a Cybertruck. That's them things. Let me know it, man. I don't know, man. Them things just look like a meme, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it's just a meme, man. I just get laughed whenever I see them things. But yeah, you know, you may think you want a sport bike until you get to the dealership and you get on one. You're like, man, you know, this don't feel quite right. You know, you go with your instincts when you go to the dealership. Go to the dealership and sit on these bikes. You know what I'm saying? They should allow you to sit on these bikes. So go to these dealerships and sit on these bikes, see how they feel. Some dealerships, I know probably a lot of dealerships probably not gonna let test ride. I mean, you just have to see with that, you know. I wish a lot of dealerships with, like, let's say you put down a deposit or somewhere, at least let you test ride depending on how much the bike is. Like, I can understand if it's a, you know, a Ducati or something like that, but you know, they should probably start allowing you to test ride. But you know, you sit on these bikes and see how it feels for you. You know, I sat on a lot of bikes, and I tell you, the cruisers felt really comfortable to me, and the street bikes feel real comfortable to me as well. You know, I'm eventually on the sport bike because that's like always been the fantasy though. You know, after ride for a little bit, I still love sport bikes, and my next bike might be a sport bike as well. Most likely it will, I'm not gonna lie. But you know, the cruisers and the street bikes are really comfortable, and I like them, you know. So eventually I will get one. I will get one of, you know, both of those types eventually. But the sport bike is that performance desire that I'm ultimately looking for, and that I can definitely tell this is what this bike is for. That's what these spike bikes. It's what these sport bikes are for, you know, and it fulfills that desire for me. So I love them. I love them in that aspect. When it comes to riding for longer periods of time, man, you know, this is not the bike for that. You know, these sport bikes is not meant for such an aggressive riding position that it's not meant for longer distances. You can probably modify it to where it'd be a lot more comfortable, but you know, ultimately, you know, if you got some bread, you know what I'm saying, you know, you can get a little cruiser for such occasions, or the adventure bike for such occasions, because that's what they for. And so you want to keep all of this in the back of your head, like how you gonna be riding, how aggressive you gonna be riding, how long you'll be riding at certain times and stuff like that. You know, even your own physical condition will take play in what bike you will need. So keep all that in the back of your head. You know, take your time with choosing the right bike, because choosing the right bike, you know, might make or break in the beginning, might make or break or make your experience less enjoyable in the beginning. All right, so choose the right bike for you. All right, okay, I think this is point number 3. Number 3 is right gear. You know, right gear is obviously vital. Okay, we need the right gear. Gear is something that I don't go relatively cheap on. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, this is your life on the line, so make sure you're choosing the right gear. You know, it's better to be fully prepared in this instance than to not be prepared and, you know, increase the chances of a critical injury in the case of an accident. Okay, so hey, I would advise you to, you know what I'm saying, get some good gear, invest in some good quality gear. It might run you a pretty penny, but you know, guys, I don't need to say that, you know, gear is one of the things that's gonna be worth it. You know, you won't realize it then until, you know, if something happens that, hey, I'm glad I got this good gear. And this is relatively, and that's a short point, you know, straight to the point. We all know how important gear is, but it's definitely worth just mentioning in this video. Make sure we got the, you know, right gear. Make sure that gear is like pretty safe to a lot of these safety corporations standards. You feel me? And so number 4, the final point is, it's really just a matter of easing into the bike life. You know, if you've been around the motorcycle community for, you know, even a short amount of time, you know, I'm pretty sure you've heard the term ride your own ride, and that is a motto that you need to live by always. Okay, you know, and the essence of that is, do not let other riders dictate your riding level or try to pry you out of your comfort zone, and don't you try to go out of your own comfort zone when you know it's something that you can't handle. You know, eventually as you ride, you'll get better and better, and you'll be able to handle and maneuver better and better. You know, that's just gonna come with time. But in the very beginning, you need, hey, you know what I'm saying, it may seem like you're being like too on point or whatever, but that's how it needs to be until you get to a comfort level, or until you get to a riding level where you can, you know, maneuver a lot more better. You know, so ride your own ride. If you're in the group and you don't like the speed that they going, you don't like the route that they're going and stuff like that, you don't like the pace or whatever, you know, you're more than welcome at any time to just, hey, I'll catch up with you later or whatever. You know, it's not worth it. You know, it is definitely not worth riding out of your comfort zone. It's another thing that goes without saying. You know, if you're not comfortable with it, don't do it. You know, it gets as simple as that. You know, you're not, you know, that's not something you want to indulge in. It might not even be the fact of, you know, out of your comfort zone, or you might not be able to do it. I mean, it's just like something that's just pure nonsense. You know, don't do it. You know it's nonsense, then don't do it. You know, and that's the simple essence of that right there. But guys, that's 4. I think that was 4 points right there. Okay, that is a simple blueprint, you know, a simple checklist that I've come up with for you guys who are just starting out, or you guys are interested in getting a motorcycle and starting to ride for the first time. Okay, it's a great day out, you know what I'm saying? It's summertime at the time of this video. Get out and ride, y'all. You feel me? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I will see y'all in the next video.